okay, at any given position of that wave. So here we need to find out some relationship. If you take a point P which is at a distance of x from it, now if you take this particular point, position is here simply, so this is y. Now if you're trying to find slope of the tangent drawn to it, which you call it as dy by dx, dy by dx. So here in this case, dy by dx, slope of the tangent will be equals to k into a into cos kx minus omega t, whereas this is dy by dt and this is dy by dx. So here in this case, if you take these two, velocity of the particle and slope of the tangent. So here velocity of the particle divided by slope of the tangent given is equals to minus of omega by k, remaining will be cancelled. So that velocity of the particle is equals to minus of velocity of the wave or the phase velocity times slope of the tangent drawn to that snapshot at that given point. So this relation is very much useful in understanding the way the wave is traveling from one end to another. If this velocity v is given, this is positive direction, means vw is positive. If dy by dx is positive, like one example type, vw is positive I am taking, and dy by dx is positive if it is given, then the velocity of the particle in this particular case is minus multiplied by positive value multiplied by positive value, which is negative. That means this particle at this instant is going down at that instant. That's how we can describe the nature of movement of the particles at that particular instant. So here y is equals to a sine of kx minus omega t. Here what will be the maximum velocity of the particle from this they will ask directly. As we got just now, maximum velocity of the particle at a distance at a position x given to you. That means velocity of the particle is omega a times cos of kx minus omega t. The maximum value of it is 1. So velocity of the particle will be, maximum value will be is equals to omega a. Similarly, acceleration of the particle is equals to plus omega square a sine kx minus omega t. So acceleration of the particle maximum is equals to omega square a at the values of it. So by specifying these values, they will ask you this maximum by this maximum ratio, and by giving that value they will ask you time period, and hence trying to calculate, trying to give amplitude, and some questions will be framed based on that. And here now this y is equals to a sine kx minus omega t is the displacement equation of that particle of the medium through which wave is traveling. So here when the wave is traveling like this, just now we got dy by dx is equals to k into a into cos kx minus omega t. D square y by dx square is equals to simply k square a times minus sine of kx minus omega t. Similarly, dy by dt, what we got here? Dy by dt is equals to simply minus omega a cos of kx minus omega t. Then d square y by dt square is equals to minus omega square a sine of kx minus omega t. So from this d square y by dt square second order, okay, is equals to simply just by considering these two into account, you can say that is equals to omega square by k square times d square y by dx square. That is d square y by dt square is equals to velocity of the phase velocity of that wave square times d square y by dx square. This is called a differential equation. Okay, differential equation of the wave simply. So here, if you consider any function y is equals to f of xt must satisfy this differential equation. So second order differential with respect to time, second order differential with respect to x, okay, should be fit to this differential equation. Such a type of function in x and t will be the possible solution for this, and we can say that will be the equation of that particular wave. So any particular function y is equals to f of xt which is well defined, bounded, continuous, and obeying this relation can be called as a traveling wave equation or a progressive wave equation. If this is not satisfied, that means it's not continuous like differential. So then it cannot be a traveling wave equation. Progressive wave or a traveling through along passing along a stretched string. Along a stretched string. So here in this case, a pulse has been created and the pulse is getting traveled like this. So here in this case, the weight is, the tension in the string is taken as T, and the linear density of it is taken as simply mass per unit length of it. Mass per unit length of it is taken as m by L of it is taken as mu. Then the velocity with which this traveling wave or progressive wave generated is said to be traveling across it. This V depends on tension T and the linear density of that string. Then here in this case, this velocity is proportional to T power A, and this is also proportional to mu power B. So it depends on it. So let us go through the dimensional analysis. To go through this so that we can derive a relationship between velocity and tension and mu. We know that tension is nothing but the force, restoring force developed between the molecules of the string which is responsible for it. That is the tension. So dimensional formula for this one is ml t power minus 2. Mass per unit length dimensional formula, I will just directly we got it. ml power minus 1. ml power minus 1. We know that velocity v dimensional formula is m power 0 L t power minus 1. So here by using dimensional analysis based on this, m naught L t power minus 1 is equals to m L t power minus 2 to power a, and then m L power minus 1 power b. So here we got proportionality in the sense. Here we will get v is equals to some constant c times t power a mu power b. So this c is a dimensionless constant, we can say. So here in this case I didn't include this dimensional formula of c. So on comparison, here it is 0, here it is a, here it is b. So a plus b is equals to 0 it is. So a is equals to minus b, and then L power a, L power minus b it is. A power a minus b it becomes is equals to power 1, and here in this case minus 2a is equals to minus 1. So a is equals to 1 by 2, and b is equals to minus 1 by 2 it is. So based on this, v is equals to c into t power 1 by 2, b power minus 1 by 2, c into root over t by mu will be the equation. And further calculation leads that c is equals to 1. Therefore, v is equals to root over t by mu will be the velocity of the transverse wave or the progressive wave traveling through that string. So here in this case, as we consider, this is the thing, simply this progressive wave, in this case we are trying to consider it is transverse in nature. This can also be derived in advanced method also, but this is the fundamental thing given for us, okay, according to NCERT syllabus is concerned. That's why we are trying to go through in the same way. Now, the deep inside of this, the taking the help of this v is equals to root over t by mu, how we just apply this one to solve some of the problems involving mechanics part of it.
Corona